Hey, friends and family, thanks for tuning in to tonight's Thursday Night Thought. Tonight's thought comes to you from our bedroom, and I'm sitting here with Peyton. I don't know if you can see him at the end of the bed there, our puppy dog. He brings me so much comfort, and so does this space and this view. And there's a reason I bring this message from here. It's because this message is very uncomfortable in a good way. So I'm going to go ahead and share it, and then share the things that went on this week that I believe brought it to us. So here we go. You are not special, unique, or called in any way above or below another human being to emanate God's presence through you. All have been given this purpose and responsibility that none may deem themselves unworthy. Therefore, you all have a choice to make. Choose life or choose death. This is the decision. God made the human will to be free. Only you can choose the way of life, the path of your divine destiny on earth. Loaded words, aren't they? They brought me a lot of peace because, I'll be honest, I was sitting in church on Sunday morning and I was listening to the pastor talk about the prophet Isaiah and his great commission, which is found in chapter 6. And I remember thinking to myself, if someone has a miraculous experience like Isaiah did when he saw God and felt this calling on his soul and experienced the miraculous, how easy it is for them to say, this is my purpose, this is why I'm here, this is my divine destiny, and move forward. And I was praying during that time for just a little bit more understanding of that story. And here's what ended up happening. I didn't have an understanding of this message, but this morning at 3 a.m., I was woken up and I felt this calling to get online and look up a woman by the name of Anita Moorjani. And if you're familiar with her, she's an author and a speaker, and she wrote a book called Dying to Be Me, based on her near-death experience that she had with the miraculous. And she teaches some really beautiful things, so I want to leave her link down below. But the part that really called to me, and I'll sum it up in a nutshell, she was battling cancer for 4 years. Her body came to a point of giving out, and she ended up slipping into a coma. And during this time of being conscious of reality, yet experiencing a transcendental reality, she was being shown things about her life, shown things. And at a certain point in this journey, she was told that she would have to make a choice. Either she would choose to go back in her body and choose to live and inspire others through her story and through the healing that she was promised that she was going to experience, or she would choose death and stay in that space which she believes is heaven, which she believes is a state that lives within all of us. And it was such a beautiful story, and she has inspired thousands of people. And she is a medical miracle because when she came back, she was healed instantaneously of cancer. And she was on Dr. Oz, and she shares her story all over the world. That's obviously her divine destiny. But for some of us, it may not be that clear. For some of us, we may not have had that miraculous experience, but this message was very clear that she's not more special or unique or above or below any other human being to emanate God's presence, that we all have been given that purpose and responsibility. Isn't that beautiful? That none may feel unworthy. And that really clarified it in my heart. And so I felt in reading her experience this morning that we all will come to this point in our life. Where do we choose to live by a spiritual and miraculous and supernatural nature that we can't even hardly put words to? will we listen to that small voice? Will we do God's work? There will come a point in each of our lives where we have to make that choice. And it's accepting new life. And there's only one way. It's through making a choice. Are we going to be God's hands and feet here on earth and live by a higher contract? Meaning a contract, our divine contract. Even if we don't know what it is, can you choose to accept it? It's a humbling choice to make. And it brings so much up in me, which is why I felt so called to share it from this space of comfort. And I hope that you and I can comfort one another, because perhaps just in sharing this message, you've been feeling that calling, or this is bringing a consciousness to that calling in your own life. The intention of sharing this is not that I have the answers, but that I do publicly accept that this is my choice, and I choose to be used by God, to be his hands and feet, to walk his way that's higher than my way, and to humbly serve. And it's a conscious choice. So I ask if that's something in your life that you're being asked to do the same. And if so, choose. Make a sacred opportunity, a ritual, a writing in your journal, something that really solidifies that choice. And how will that open us up to new life? It's not a point of demarcation. It's not a location that we come to. It's just this moment in time where we feel that. And the words were choose and do not look back. So may that encourage and inspire you this week, and I look forward to our next Thursday night thought together.